Hi, I'm Phil, and I'm going to do my next project with the Space Science Kit for microbit. Okay, so let's have a look at the projects. Okay, so in the case studies, we'll look at case 2 now, the lunar lander. And this is going to launch a rocket from the Earth to the moon. And what you do, your rocket is actually simulated with this module. And it's constructed out of Lego pieces, a Nisha adapter, a microbit, and it's able to track along a path on a map that connects the Earth to the moon. So let's have a look at my objectives. Before we do that, we might actually have a look at some more components. So on my desktop, I've got this robot, which is simulating the rocket. And you can see on the front, it's got a sonar sensor. So when it gets to the moon, it uses that to stop and land the rocket. And this is what it looks like underneath the rocket. So we've got two wheels that simulate the movement for the rocket. And the rocket is tracking a line using the LEDs and detector. And there are two of those. We've got a ball that allows us to move and keep our rocket stable. And that's just about all of the construction. And let's have a look at what the objectives are. So we're going to launch the rocket from Earth to the moon. We're going to navigate to the moon, and we'll abort if we detect an obstacle in the path. And we will also provide an emergency stop. And this is actually all about coding. So we'll be using software, functions, interlocks. We'll learn about variables, including state variables, event programming, and how to put comments on our program. We'll look at calibration and variables, types of variables, and how to initialize those. And we'll use techniques for debugging, reusing software from libraries, and using an API to make our program work and develop it a bit quicker. We also want to optimize the performance. So for design, we're going to use push buttons to launch our rocket, and the push button will be button A. And if we want to abort the launch, we press button B. Hardware-wise, well, we're using the Space Science Kit along with microbit, and we're going to use the version 2 of the Nisha adapter for microbit. For sensors, we're going to use a sonar sensor, which comes with the Space Science Kit. And also in the Space Science Kit, we have the tracking sensor. For actuators, we're going to use DC motors, and we'll be using two of those. Cables, we're going to connect both the actuators and the sensors using the RJ11 cables. We need 4 of those, and we need a micro USB and a Type-C USB for our project. For the parts, I'm not going to use any of the Lego parts in the Space Science Kit, but I will use the map, and this is our map. So you can see the start of our track and the end point, which is the moon. So I'm going to use the microbit computer, and I'll be using alternative Lego parts for the baseboard, the transition, and I'll be constructing some Lego frames to support our rocket. I'll be using about 20 pins, and when it's all ready, I'll connect the sensors and the motors to our Nisha breakout board. And this is what it looks like with our microbit inserted. And now that I've got my hardware, we can look at the software. So for software, I'm going to code in MakeCode from Microsoft, and this is what the code looks like. Not a lot of code here. It's mainly controlling motors. So we'll just have a look at it here. So on the top left, I'm announcing the version of my program, and I'm configuring M1 and M2 on the Nisha adapter to control the motors. I've got three variables. The state variable for the rocket move is set at false to start with, and we've got the normal speed for our rocket is 70, and the high speed is 90. And under that, we've got the events. When I press button A, I'm going to turn the rocket move to true, ready to launch the rocket. And I show an M for move on the microbit LED array. If I want to abort, I press button B, and it will set the rocket move to false and show an S for stop on the microbit. So in the forever loop, if the rocket move is true, it will get the distance measurement, and if that distance measurement is very close, that is, there's an obstacle, it will stop the motors and show that the target has been reached on the microbit LED array. If it's hasn't discovered a target, we then look at the line tracking sensor, and depending on which assortment of detectors has been triggered, it will trigger the motors on the left and the right so that we can track our path to the moon. Now, I initially had various functions for displaying the status, getting the time, checking the distance, and moving the rover, which is really moving the rocket. But the problem with too many of these, it makes your program a bit longer, and there just isn't enough time for our sensors to communicate with our motor controller. Okay, so that's our software. And the results-wise, I was able to launch the rocket by pressing button A. I navigated to the moon with the track on the map. Then when I got to my target, I then stopped the propulsion. I also provided an emergency stop using button B, and I learnt quite a number of items in software, from functions, interlocks, variables, calibration, debugging. Some of the issues, well, the time to construct the project, I got it in two stages. Stage one was just a simple design, and I put all the Lego pieces together, about an hour. But it took a bit longer to optimize everything to make sure that I minimized the delay between sensing and activating the motors. Similarly with software, stage one was simple. Stage 2 with optimization took an extra hour. And for extensions, instead of using the robot line tracker, you could use RFID tags to sense whereabouts on the path you are. And you can provide the rocket launch with lights and sounds. So we'll start that again. We'll go to launch the rocket. Okay, so that's our lunar rocket. We're now ready to launch our rocket from Earth. We have Earth over here, and the track to the moon is over here. So we want to stop our rocket at this point, and that will be our lunar landing. So let's go across. Let's launch our rocket by pressing button A on the microbit. Just make sure that it's on the target, and we'll try that again. And it's following the track all the way to the moon and stops.